From WKOW, coming to you live in HD. Voted Best Morning Newscast 3 years in a row. This is Wake Up Wisconsin. We've got you covered.
I had my first Wisconsin cream puff this year, and you know I'm going back for more. It was delicious. The Wisconsin State Fair starts tomorrow, and crews are putting the finishing touches on everything at the State Fair Park in West Allis.
Yep, and new this year, a free downloadable app that includes a database of the 2,000 events during the 11-day fair.
We have, best routes to get to the fair. We have, of course, all of the what's new and the food lists. So there's lots of information on there. And then, of course, all of our social media, our Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all of that feeds into it as well.
The app can also be personalized just for your visit. The fair opens tomorrow at 9:30. It runs until Sunday, August 10th.
Had Brandon at Food List.
I know, right? Exactly. Well, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all the food and listening to the lady about the app, and I'm thinking, my friend Cassie from Extreme Weight Loss, who we'll talk about a little later, told me I need to fight the urge, that I don't need to do that. But Cassie, I hope you're not watching. I'm still going for another.
I know, I have such a crutch when it comes to fair food.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good.
A little bit.
Moderation. In moderation.
Exactly. There we go. We're learning.
In moderation.
The key, isn't it? Oh, boy, another nice morning. We'll hope that, the fair weather is terrific here. It looks great for the start of it, that's for sure. If August is anything like July, we'll be in terrific shape. There's your Doppler cam showing us a sunny sky again this morning, just like it was yesterday at the same time. Temperature is about the same. The wind's about the same. The dew points are about the same. We're living yesterday all over again, and I think fewer showers by the end of the day, though, as compared to yesterday. It's 49 right now in International Falls. That's the coolest spot on the map here. 95, meanwhile, still at this hour in Phoenix. I continue not to know how they do it. 59 in Denver, 70 degrees in Wichita, and 55 in Omaha. Showers are throughout Kansas and Oklahoma this morning, and also in the panhandle of Texas, there are a few, but that's one of the only places that's real wet this morning. Most of the nation is fairly dry. Temps between 55 and 57 on a live neighborhood network. The almanac says we're supposed to get to 81 this time of year. That's exactly what we hit yesterday. Should be about 79 today. Switch those numbers around. We have our record high set back just 15 years ago in 1999 of 97, and in 1971, 45 degrees, 546 on sunrise and 821 on sunset. 79 degrees, partly sunny skies, isolated showers late, UV index an 8 to 9, so still wearing the sunscreen for sure. Isolated evening shower, otherwise partly cloudy and 57. There's the rest of the week. 81 tomorrow, some sunshine for a lot of the day, and then a few showers and thunder showers in the afternoon. A little better shot on Friday. Dry weekend, and then some more needed rainfall early next week. Ladies and gents.
All right, thanks so much, Brian. Well, a group of puppies that were set to be euthanized got a second chance thanks to Little Orphan Animal Rescue in Montello. However, 5 of 6 in the litter are now hospitalized with parvovirus, a highly contagious illness most dogs are vaccinated against. The rescue group, which is made up of foster families, recently spent their savings on a shelter for their cats, and now they're struggling to pay for the puppies' care.
Without treatment, this is typically fatal, so we do need to be really aggressive with our care, which can, like we said, take time and unfortunately can get quite expensive, especially when you're talking about treating an entire litter of puppies.
The puppies are in critical condition, and their total care could cost up to $3,000 for each of the 5 pups. We have information on how to donate if you'd like to help care for them. It's on our web channel. Find this story at WKOW.com.
A Wisconsin bill recently passed is taking effect on Friday. It's the Silver Alert, and it's similar to Amber Alert, only it's used when a person with dementia goes missing. The idea is to get the alert out to as many people as possible, and starting Friday, alerts can be issued on highway overpass signs and at gas stations and lottery ticket displays. Silver Alert will also send notifications to broadcasters across the state. When previously broadcasters would have to subscribe, we sat down exclusively with the Nelson family. Stephen, who struggles with dementia, went missing for 30 hours. We asked them if they thought this new bill could have helped with the search.
It's just one piece, because it relies on somebody else seeing it. and seeing the person who's missing. So it's still not quite enough.
The Alzheimer's and Dementia Alliance of Wisconsin helped directly pass the legislation. It says although Silver Alert cannot save everyone, it is a huge step in the right direction.
The federal kidnapping trial of Kristen Smith could go to the jury today. Testimony so far included the parents of Caden Powell, the baby Smith is accused of taking. The child's mother, Brianna Marshall, told the court she initially thought her brother took Caden to stop them from moving to Colorado. Both Marshall and the baby's father, Bruce Powell, testified that Smith gave them pain pills the night before the kidnapping in February. Jurors also heard the 911 call made by Brianna Marshall, in which she said she didn't think Kristen Smith would have taken her son. New on Wake Up Wisconsin, Madison police say someone drove a pickup truck into the St. Mary's Care Center on Maple Grove Road overnight. They got the call a little after 1 a.m., but when officers got there, the driver had taken off. There was a crack in the wall of the building and some damage to a bathroom. Police are trying to find that driver.
The U.S. House is expected to vote today on whether to move forward with a proposed lawsuit against the president. House Republicans are calling for the lawsuit after they say the president overstepped his authority and went around Congress in delaying a key part of the Affordable Care Act. Experts say the argument makes for good politics on both sides of the aisle.
For Republican members of Congress, it's a way of showing we're taking action against Obama. For Democrats, it's an argument for saying, look at what those Republicans are doing. This is why Democrats really need to turn out this fall.
Franklin says he expects House Republicans will vote in favor of the suit. If that happens, a federal judge will decide whether or not the House has the necessary standing to take the president to court.
A Wisconsin company denies it outsourced Wisconsin jobs, but that claim doesn't match up with federal labor records. Plexus Corporation of Neenah was one of 2 companies featured in a 27 News investigation earlier this month for outsourcing state jobs after receiving millions of dollars in tax credits from the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. Plexus admits to laying off 116 employees in July of 2012, but says the work wasn't outsourced. However, U.S. Department of Labor records show those workers received Federal Trade Adjustment Assistance benefits because the company shifted production to a foreign country.
Supreme Court justices in Wisconsin will rule this week on 3 big cases in the state. On Thursday, the court will rule on challenges to the voter ID law. It will also decide on a case challenging the state's domestic partner registry, and justices will rule on Act 10, also known as the collective bargaining law. Parts of Act 10 have been upheld by the state Supreme Court, a U.S. district judge, and an appeals court. Political experts say that the decision could go either way, but the impact of it will make a difference at the polls in November.
People who are not happy with the Supreme Court decision will express themselves in the election itself.
Democratic candidate for governor Mary Burke didn't comment on the issue today, but is known to support unions. Governor Scott Walker says the election won't hinge on his signature legislation, but rather on jobs.
Wisconsin school districts are coming out against Governor Walker's call for the change to the state's curriculum standards. Walker issued a statement last week asking the legislature to repeal Common Core and replace it with standards set by the public. Wisconsin school districts say they've already spent $25 million on Common Core development, and the director of the curriculum says a change would be counterproductive. Representative Mark Pocan introduces his second bill to lessen the burden on people with student loans. Known as the Relief for Underwater Student Borrowers Act, Pocan's bill expands on the pay-as-you-earn program and would allow people who have been repaying their loans on time to have the remaining balance forgiven tax-free after 20 years, no matter their profession.
We need to address this in every possible way, not only on refinancing student loan rates, not only on lowering rates, but also on making sure we're dealing with people who are underwater on their loans.
Pocan's bill would apply to the 1.5 million people enrolled in the income-based repayment program and the pay-as-you-earn program.
There won't be any change to the recruitment periods for frats and sororities on the UW-Madison campus. University officials were reviewing whether to push it back from the fall or eliminate Greek recruiting drives altogether. A university committee determined the change was not warranted, but it did recommend other areas for improvement, like encouraging students to join a fraternity or sorority at a time that is right for them. Well, did you see Cassie's transformation last night on extreme weight loss? Well, she is from Wisconsin, and whether you did or didn't see the show last night, don't worry. We have her story for you this morning.
But first, why you might have to give up your fun in the sun, even though there's still a lot of summer left. It's 6:41. You're watching Wake Up Wisconsin.